This is a meeting of the Gardner City Council and Planning Board for the purpose of a joint public hearing regarding amending Chapter 675, the zoning code of the City of Gardner. The joint public hearing notice reads as follows. Pursuant to General Law 40A, subsection 5, notice is hereby given that the City Council and Planning Board will conduct a joint public hearing on Monday, March 20th, 2023 at 6:30 p.m. in the City Council Chamber, Room 219, City Hall, 95 Pleasant Street, Gardner, to consider amending Chapter 675, the zoning code of the City of Gardner. The proposed amendment involves changing items 10891, an ordinance to amend the code of the City of Gardner, Chapter 675 thereof entitled Zoning, to change the classification of certain parcels of land along Route 140. 10892, an ordinance to amend the code of the City of Gardner, Chapter 675 thereof entitled Zoning, to add sports betting to the zoning table of uses. Item 10893, an ordinance to amend the code of the City of Gardner, Chapter 675 thereof entitled Zoning, to amend Section 1070 thereof entitled Marijuana Establishments, to increase the quota allowed by the code of the City of Gardner. Information regarding this amendment is available for viewing in the City Clerk's office, the Department of Community Development and Planning, or on the city's webpage, gardner-ma.gov. All persons interested in this matter and desire to offer testimony are invited to attend the hearing. T.T. Serafan, City Clerk. The clerk will please do a roll call.
Council Boone. Council Craig Cormier.
Present.
Council Rhonda Cormier.
Present.
Council Darren Lowitz.
Present.
Council Harder. Council Heath.
Present.
Council Mack.
Present.
Council Tassone.
Present.
Council Tyros. Council Walsh.
Present.
Council President Kazinsis.
Present.
Mr. Batez.
Present.
Mr. Paul Cormier.
Present.
Mr. Stephen Cormier.
Present.
Mr. Shafron.
Present.
And Mr. Schwartz.
Present.
Quorum's present for City Council and quorum's present for the Planning Board.
Quorum is present for the City Council. Quorum is present for the Planning Board. At this time, I will request a report from the Planning Board. Director Biergard?
Thank you, Madam President. I need my phone.
Yep.
Oh, the podium.
All right. All set. Thank you, Madam President. Trevor Beauregard, Director of Community Development Planning for the city. As you know, the Planning Board was supposed to meet on this matter last Tuesday. The meeting was canceled due to the snowstorm. We are now scheduled to meet on Wednesday the 22nd, so in a couple days from now, to discuss these matters and take a vote. So we would recommend a continuance of the public hearing.
Thank you, Director Biergard. Councilor Donalowitz?
Since the planning board was unable to meet due to the large snowstorm that we got, I move that we continue this hearing till Monday, April 3rd, 2023 at 6:30 p.m.
Second.
Motion made by Councilor Donalowitz, seconded by Councilor Mack. All those in, is there any discussion on the motion? Councilor Walsh?
I'm hopeful that we'll get more clarity from the planning board when they make their preliminary report about the purpose and the rationale for the zoning changes, not the marijuana ones so much, but the zoning changes for Route 140, because there are, the rationale being given is that to restrict residential development in a residential 2 district, when it appears from my analysis of the materials provided by the mayor that 73% of the land acreage associated with this zoning change is owned by the city. 5% is owned by National Grid for its right-of-ways in the area. And Gamma owns 115 acres. So the 75, almost 80% of the land is owned by the city or National Grid. And how it is that possible that that could be the subject matter of a problem with residential development is beyond me. So as I mentioned at the end of our last meeting, I was concerned that there's some other reason it's not being disclosed, and I'm hopeful at the planning board meeting that will be explored. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. The motion passes. This hearing is continued to April 3rd, 2023 at 6:30 PM. Thank you very much.